Okay, welcome, guy. Yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, hello. Everybody is able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we had two node application and with one load balancer, which is running fine. Which is running fine. And yesterday, what we did, we added iSupplier. So iSupplier, as I told you, it runs on its own. It will have its own URL, and it is accessed by public also, because this is normally used by iRecruitment. iRecruitment means, suppose some employees wants to update their profile, some resumes. So this is like internally only they can access, but this is used by external. So they keep this one, in a firewall. It could be iSupplier, maybe used by suppliers to add the supplier information. So it is exposed. That's why you should not be in VPN. Sometimes when we check, right, we will be outside the VPN. We will stop the VPN and we'll be here. But database is same. Database is same. So they keep a separate. Yesterday, other day, I showed you, right. DMZ means it will be having its own firewall, so that anyone can enter here, but he cannot enter here, because if he enters here, that's it. Your production database itself is gone. So that's the reason why they keep a separate firewall only for this. So this will have a separate firewall, this will have a separate firewall, and this is normally exposed. So that's the reason. So this will have one URL which is accessed by everyone, but this will be accessed by separate other people. And normally they don't run any concurrent managers, because it's only for iRecruitment, iProcurement, iSupplier. So it's only for all the internet. So that's the reason. Even forms also, it's very rare. Even concurrent processor will not be running on this particular node. So yesterday we completed adding that. So okay, let me go to that. We completed the additioning of node. Okay. Right. So what we did is, we have given for the two applications, we have given a load balancer like LB, and for this I just given as a vendor, vendor.appdb.info. So that's the reason. So once I got the IP, I made the changes in the DNS, and I'm able to do the NS lookup. As if I say NS lookup, see, I'm able to access it. NS lookup vendor, so vendors.appdb.info. So after cloning, what we did, we also went to the context file and made all these changes. Vendors.appdb.info. We made the changes and we ran the auto config also. We ran the auto config also. So, but this should not be part of the load balancer. This should not be part of the load balancer. So that's the reason why you open this apps config and mod config and remove the other entries. You only keep it standalone, because this runs as like a standalone machine, right? So after that, what you have to do is, we have to open and make few changes and ensure that this is external. If you don't do this, then it will be a part of it one only, because this URL is totally different. So for that, what you have to do, you have to open your application. This is very, very important thing what we have done last week and this week. What are the advanced topics we are doing? It is very rare like customers take it, but if you have to do it, you have to do it. Our Kunvar, one of our guy, he had this requirement, right? So it is like, very rarely it comes, but if it comes means, then you have to you have to know it, shared applicant file system. So that's the reason specifically we have taken this uh, these advanced courses, because 90 percentage two node, like I always tell you, 90 percentage by the world customers, they only have two node, one application, one database. But what about the remaining 10 percentage? So if at all you have that requirement, so then you need to know all the steps for that. All right, so here, what you have to do, you have to
Yeah,
yeah.
sir. Yesterday you started the test wound, right?
What is it? Yesterday
Yesterday you start. You
yeah,
started the FS clone. Quiz is equal to finish.
yeah, that is, FS clone is, I'm able to see now. Let me finish this, I'll tell you. Okay, let me finish this. That part also is completed. I'll show you one by one. So you say I sub. So here, what you have to tell that I supplier is an external node. So a lot of people, they don't do this. So first you have to click server and say, node percentage, node percentage level, find. And what you have to do, see, you cannot see this. So actually you have to go to the server, in the server, and tell it as external, because this I supplier is external, you have to mention. Okay, it is, I have just updated it, but what you have to do, you have to tell like this is external and save it. So this is the first change you have to do. Even though after doing all this, you have to tell this I supplier is external. And also 2 more profiles you have to change. So I have given the steps. So you have to little bit drag this. Then only you'll find this. This is a lot, mostly you wouldn't have done, but this one step you have to do. Then you have to tell what is your external URL and what is your internal URL. Okay, profile. So now what you do, you click this, you have to tell what is your external URL is vendors, right? So you have to tell what is your external URL. So you have to go here and tell the system that, hey, this is my external URL. And also you have to tell what is your internal URL. Okay, so there is another one. So then only it will separate, then it will become like, separate. See,
Sir, POS means what is that, sir?
huh? No, that
POS
is
means
I don't know what is that. So some name is there.
But POS is common for external or internal. Okay.
External or internal. Okay. So then you have to go to internal. Okay, internal, and tell. Okay, internal is lb.appdb. I already updated it. So you have to tell what is external and what is internal. Okay. So now what will happen is, very important thing is, you will have 2 URLs now, same database, but you will have 2 URLs. One for your regular thing, for your internal appsdb.info, right? So this will be running whatever. So this will be used by your internal people. And now this is like outside the, now it will be exposed to outside people. So that is like vendors.appsdba.info. So now you'll have same database, but 2 separate here. You wouldn't have worked like this. You wouldn't have worked like this, but iSupplier, iRecruitment, when it comes, it is like this one. So after doing that change, you have to start the application. I already started the application on the iSupplier. So you just have to go to iSupplier and start in a normal start only. So you have to say, go to the environment file. After making the changes, you just have to start this application normally. So there only that here concurrent manager will not run. Okay, concurrent manager will not run. I already ran that. Now we'll see whether we are able to access the vendors.appsdb. So same database, 2 different URLs. You wouldn't have seen like this, but in the companies people who worked in iSupplier, they'll be knowing. See, so this is the same database but 2 different URLs, and they are running independently.
Sir, the application was done. So where you change it? Just now you started the application, no? No.
I already started it. I just was
on the primary node, apps tier 1.
On the primary node also I started, and also on the iSupplier also I started. Before itself I started and kept it.
No, he is asking, we changed the profile option, right, sir?
Yeah. So I have.
That is primary node, right?
On the primary node only I changed it. And then I started the application on iSupplier also. So that's the reason I am able to access here. So you just log in. Okay, you just log in. See, now vendors.appsdb.info, you get it. Right. So see, I'm able to access. Oh, this should not be. Oh, it should not go to lb.app.tb, right? Was there, so then yeah, so then maybe the profile changes means we need to either run autoconfig. So this should never go. If it is going to lb.app.tb information, then the profiles are not set correctly or some mistakes is there. So let me counter check and maybe I have to rebounce it, okay? Because we changed the profiles. Okay, what I do, I just verify, re-verify the two URLs only. If it is going means, then it means that yeah, it is not done correctly. Okay, let me check.
So we need to run autoconfig, sir.
Yeah. So I have the steps there. I just verified, but let me counter check. So again, you check it. So external URL. Yeah, now it is correct. So what we'll do, we'll just bounce the thing. Just mention what are the steps. Okay, restart the Medifier and run autoconfig internal and external. I think bounce should work, but if it doesn't bounce, then we will run. See, I mentioned restart the middle tire, okay? Because we only change the profile values only. So what I'll do, I will stop.
Sir, Kishore sir, I have one small doubt here. When you just stop the the script apps password. So I don't want to pass only I want to pass like app, then again password. I don't want to show the password.
Yeah, then you enter like this. Oh, okay, you don't want to enter it. Okay, so then it will ask you like apps. Like you don't enter this, don't enter the password. So you
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now got it. Thank you.
So what I do, I'm just stopping the application, starting the application. So hopefully it should work, but it has to run individually. If it is working, again, it is going. That is the mostly happens. Like this is what I wanted to check. So it should not go to LB. If it is going to LB means then only the thing is the profile is not been properly set. So we'll see that and.
You stop both application or this only iSupplier?
No, I stopped the iSupplier also. I stopped this one also. Okay, then what I'll do? I have another application also, right? This is our second. We will stop the other one also. All the things, and what we'll do, I will also show you that from first node itself, you can start all of them. I'll show that command also, that mode is equal to all nodes, because that is a big thing. Like, if you have 3 applications, you don't want to go from each of the machines and do that, right? So for that, user equivalency should be done, which I have already taken care. So let me come to 12. So what I'll do, even I'll stop all the applications. Okay, so once this is stopped, right? So if at all you want to start everything in one attempt, right? In one shot you want to do, we normally do like this. Okay, you say AD start all. Okay, but before that, just let me check if any. So normally, right, before starting, we should just see that nothing is there. Mostly this one FND Libra will be there. Okay. So if you want to start everything, right, what you do, you say apps minus mode is equal to all nodes. Okay, so before starting, yeah. So if you do this, this becomes like, even though you have like 10 nodes, even if you have 10 nodes, if only from the first node itself, you can start all of them. It will take a longer time. It will take a longer time, which is okay. But before doing that, I just want all the, because you have so many OA cores are there, right? How many OA cores? Here we have OA core, here we have OA core, here we have OA core. So it will take some time. Okay, but before doing that, just see any process is running, nothing is running.
Sir, you have to run the auto config also, right?
Yeah, I have already run the auto because profile changes should not, like when you change the profile, I don't think auto config is necessary. But if it is, if it does, then I'll run the auto config. I have done already this part before class itself. I wanted to check. Yeah, see, now after this, like, because if you have 3 applications in one database, the shutdown and startup also, you have to take at least 1 hour time. It will take at least close to 1 hour time because so many things are there. Hi, Raj sir.
Hey Kishore sir, good morning, good evening.
Yeah, hi. So finally, we made you wake up, huh?
Yeah, nice to join you.
Yeah, so sort of like we are configuring 3 applications, 2 applications and 1 iSupplier. So yeah, we are almost coming to the end part.
I followed up to 6th week. Yesterday's I missed, but I'm going to, once you send the recording, then I'll catch up again.
Right. Yeah. So you cannot start, just let me rename this. Like you cannot start apps to iSupplier. The order is, if at all you want to start individually, it should be apps application 1, because the admin server has to start, because admin server start, then application 2, then iSupplier. Or you follow from the first node itself. From first node itself, you can you can start all of them. We have same thing. We follow same thing. Start all, stop all, only from the first node, because we don't want to go to each of the missions and do this. Still it is stopped.
Sir,
Ah,
for stopping also, do we need to mention hyphen mode is equal to all nodes?
yeah,
For
because
stopping.
otherwise, what will happen? You have to go to, like, what have done. I went to each this mission, I stopped. I went to each mission, I stopped. Otherwise you have to stop, like, manually. But for
Yeah.
this, in for this to work, I see my ISS. I have this user equivalence it should be done. See, when I from first mission I can connect to
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Yeah, and from second mission
Generally, if it is shared application tier, the user equivalence will be set up.
user equivalence should be done. Yeah, user equivalence should be done. So yesterday we only did for first 2 nodes, but because we added a iSupply, so that also I configured, and even the patching and everything also has to be done from the first node itself. Okay, see, now it is stopped, right? So now what I do, I'll start everything from the first node. Right. So now what it will do is, if everything is good, it has to start all of them. We also will go to what we'll do. We go to the WebLogic server. We go to the WebLogic console and see whether everything is there, because now this has 4 managed server, this has 4 managed server, this has 4 managed server, 12 managed servers are there, right? And also, like, because there are 2 applications, suppose OA core, we can do like a rack system, we can stop one. We do from the console itself, very technically how to do, because you have 2 OA cores. You have one OA core here, you have one OA core here, and you also have one OA core here. Suppose there is some problem and you don't want a system downtime, you can stop OA core on the first machine. Okay, stop and start it. Then you can come to second one from the console. I'm telling you can stop and start. So that way, you don't need a downtime, because you have 2 applications, right? So it's like just like a rack, right? If you have a rack environment, so you can apply the patch on the first node, the second node will be used. So after that, they bring up the first node, then you apply the patch on the second node. Roll in a rolling
option.
Rolling option. So like that, we do. But sometimes, sometimes it gives trouble. But sometimes our people, I know that my team, they will be doing this. We can do, sir, why we have to stop? Why should we take a downtime? We can do from the console. But sometimes if there is some hung or something like that, then we'll ask a downtime. We will do. Sometimes it works, sometimes, but that option is there, right? See, it takes a very long time, and let us see whether it is PS minus UX. Yeah, see, it is already starting. See, it is starting on the second node also. This is PS minus UX. I don't know whether you guys are using this. Is a really good command. So here also it started. See, all of them it started. So you have to wait.
Sir, all nodes means it will start on external node also, right? DMZ?
Because it's a part, right? All first node, second node, third node are part of things. So you can. And
so stop also, it will stop on external node.
External node also.
Okay.
It takes a long time because it has to. Do.
But I think this is the correct process. Starting
this is
all
the correct
nodes.
process. This is the correct process.
Yeah.
And patching also. Has to be done from the first node. So I have actually basically just for the patching to work, let me duplicate this. Go to the first node, and by the time it starts. What is the primary node? 14. So for the patching to work also, you have to do only from the first machine only. So for that, by default, it will not be enabled. Okay, you have to do the FS clone. And I have run the FS clone. The FS clone has failed, but I'm able to see all the other nodes. I have to fix that issue. But if you see now, ADOP status, you can see master, slave, slave. Okay, it's a master, slave, slave. You have to see that option. By default, it comes only when you run FS clone prepare. Otherwise, by default, you will only see you'll see the master. But you have to see this option. I have to fix this issue. But if you see this master, slave, slave, then you are good. Then after that, all of your activities, you can do from first node only. You don't need to go, especially in a shared application file system, you don't need to go each of these nodes. Okay, so that is there. So for this to work, for this to work, what you have to do is user equivalency on all the nodes, ERP1, ERP2, iSupplier. You can use this SSH user equivalency and do that. So once that is completed, and run the FS clone. Once you do the
So this steps are this one we have to do it on primary node.
On the primary node, because the user equivalency, right? User equivalency.
Correct.
Yeah.
We have to give all the nodes list. Okay.
Yeah, all the nodes list.
So through root ID or which ID?
Apps.
No. This is from
No.
Oracle user only. Was Oracle user.
Oracle user.
I'll show that. Okay. See, what you have to do. I copied that file. See SSH, right? I copied this. So now what you do? You run this. It's already done, but it doesn't matter. When you run once more, it doesn't do. It will just ask the password of the other nodes. Okay. Yes. Oracle 12. I given Oracle 12 as the password. That Oracle 12. Every time it'll ask you, go ask.
So whatever the password in all the nodes we are using.
All the nodes I changed it. All the nodes I have to change it. I changed it to Oracle 12 common. I need to know the password of all the nodes. Right. So you have to see that SSH verification is completed and you can verify. So if I go to iSupplier, I should see that it should not ask password. It should not ask password. If I go to the second node, it should not ask password. So that means the user equivalency is implemented. So after that, you run the FS clone, and then now onwards, the maintenance will be done only from the first node. You only have to apply from the first patch. Then everything is taken care. It is so cool environment. It is so nice environment. If you implement it, you will see. And you maintain it, because I'm maintaining for one customer for almost for a year. So we, especially when patching comes and everything, we really enjoy this. See, now TCP we enabled. So already it started. See, it started on the first node. It is started on the second node. It will start few managers here. See, few managers there, few managers here. And do you think in iSupplier it will start the concurrent manager? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah. So no. Yeah, because we have disabled it. When adding the node, we disabled it, right? So it has started. Okay, it is not yet come out, but what I see, it is already, it has already started. So this is what you have to remember: starting a node, stopping a node, and auto config. When you run on node 1, node 2, node 3, and again come to node 1. Node 1, node 2, node 3, again come to node 1. So that is the thing what we remember. That is what that anybody knows that fundamental thing, especially if you have a multi-node. So we have to follow this process.
Sir, for the third node iSupplier, so we will not run any concurrent requests.
Yeah,
right,
we are not
sir?
running. Yeah, we are not running any concurrent
So
program.
what are most of the issues we will face in iSupplier? Like with your experience, what are the main issues? Like, can you tell us one or two?
Yeah, so we just saw, right? See, even I open an SR and I put the content also. So following is from SR on the DMZ node. Yeah, see, one of the thing is the load balancer. We should not have load balancer things on the iSupplier node. So we are long back. I think DMZ node changes. So we have we told what to be done. See, I just direct from the SR only I made. So it should run individually. So it should run individually. So I just pasted the contents from the SR itself. So how you have to do this? So retest the issue.
So since concurrent manager is not enabling, there is no need of PCP, right, sir?
And PCP, and normally on the iSupplier, right? It is only for feeding data, like supplier information. It is only one way.
Just data entry.
It's like a data entry. iSupplier people, or iRecruitment means what you update your resume, right? So for a resume, so it's like that, right? And other thing,
sometimes people are complaining about we are unable to access what we have to do.
yeah, so see, like now also I have this problem, right? Like, maybe this
Okay. Yeah.
because after cloning,
Okay.
normally after cloning, we forget all of these steps. So
Okay. Thank you, sir.
internal URL, and all of this. Yes, so yeah. And better you have one system at your home. See, that's why now I also kept a system for myself because I want to maintain this system permanently with me. That's why VMs I created, and also taken the backups also. But in case something happens also, because one reference we need. Because in my company also, I face sometimes some or other thing people will forget. And also like PCP enabled. One other point I told you is it should have a common location, like especially for the now it came out. If you say APPL CSF, right, it should be common location on all the nodes. First node and the second node, wherever the PCP enabled, it should be common location. Because when concurrent manages are run, nobody should go to first node to check few concurrent programs. They should not go to node 2 to check concurrent program. It should be in a common location. So these are the few things what you need to do. Okay. Yeah. So from outside I'm telling, but you will have few challenges. It is not like it will not be like a cakewalk for you. No? So there will be few challenges. It is somehow for me it is going. I may have to check it. It should not go. It should be vendor. It should run individually. But I know I'll just check this because I just for some reason maybe somewhere I missed something like that, or maybe I have to run auto config. I will check this, but it actually honestly it has to run individually. Either maybe I have to run auto config, but I'll check that. Okay. What we can do is parallelly we'll do this activity. We'll try by doing run stop all apps. Yeah, see, like this type of troubleshooting, when you configure something like, somewhere you missed it, somewhere you would have missed something, some of the things you forgot to do this, and you will face this problem. See, now you can find the 3 nodes information. See, node 1, node 2, and or node 3. So you're able to see everything is good, but I will just see that issue because I just don't want to spend much on time on that. But mostly I'll run auto config and verify. But this is the thing what we have. But only one pending is that I will update it because I just don't want to spend, because we have I have to see that, and I may have to spend some time. I have another environment where also I can check it, like what's going on. But yes, so this is what we have. So normally in companies, if they want like 2 application tasks, we'll have one application, we'll add a node. So now onwards, actually in 12.2 onwards, whenever you want to add a node, it is only by adding a node, that add node command only. Like we have created a pairs file using that only, right? So we follow the same process for this. We followed the same process for this. And shared applicant file system, we just mounted it. And for this we have used our DNS new concept, DNS concept. In the DNS itself we have registered this load balancer and also this one, right. And yes, so common location we have kept it. And also this FS clone, when I showed you the master slave, so that you need to fix it. You will have some challenges, especially when you run FS clone. Sometimes it fails in real time also. You face this issue, and you have to troubleshoot it. There is no other choice. You have to troubleshoot it. FS clone has to be successful, all the nodes on the first node, second node, third node. Then prepare first node, second node, third node, it has to be successful. Then you apply a patch, The patch will be applied on first node, second node, third node. So everything has to be applied, cut over, everything has to be applied on all the 3 nodes. Right? So that's what.
So, sir, FS clone, when you run in the primary node.
Only primary. See, now all of your activities only you do from the primary only. You will not go to.
So just you said that you apply the FS clone first node, second node, third node.
Which one?
No, he told no, only started application service started.
Yeah. Starting, stopping. Starting and stopping, you have to do only from the first node. So all of your activities you have to do from first node only, whether it is starting, stopping, whether it is patching, everything, because you have a shared applicant file system. So you don't need to go to each of this machine, but it has to be successful. Like, okay, what I mean to say is, what I told is actually when I say ADOP status. Okay. I think what I told now I understand. Right. So this you are seeing here, right? Master, slave, slave. So suppose here it is successful. Now what happens? Here it goes, and here it has failed. So now you have to fix the issue on the node 2. Then again, you have to go. It will go to the third node. It will run FS clone. Suppose it has passed, you are fine. If it is failed, you have to fix that issue. So, like that. For the entire patching cycle, you have to, if you run FS clone, it has to pass on all the 3 nodes. If it is prepare, it has to pass on the 3 nodes. If it is patching, it has to pass on 3 nodes. So it is like that. So when everything is success, it will say success, success, success. It will say for FS clone, prepare, patching, everything. It will say success, success, success. Right. So that's what I was telling. Right. So that's what I have. So I will just stop it. So we have.
Sir, when we run the auto config here also we have mentioned minus mode is equal to old node or no? Just auto config also on one.
No. Auto config I already told you, right? Okay, auto config I told you, right? First node, so you have to open all the 3 nodes. So like it will be like you have to open the 3 nodes. Auto config on first node, second auto config on first node, second node, third node, and again on first node. Auto config, this is the principle.
So now it's a stop. So you will go run auto config here, then go the second node, and then third node, then again come to
first node and do that. So when you run auto config,
then we will check the website whether it's working or not.
Yeah, working out. I will just check that. I will check it. I will check it offline, and I will let you know whether that is fixed the issue or not. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yeah, sure.
What about database auto config?
Yeah. So if database auto config is required, you run on the database. If it is required, see, normally you don't require for everything. For example, I'm implementing SSL. So if I have to implement SSL, I don't need to go to. I don't need to go to everywhere and do that, right? I don't need to go to database and run the auto config.
So now, let's say for cloning, you have to do AD pre-clone in database first, and then in the application, right? So when you run the auto config over there, first you run auto config and then do AD pre-clone.
No. For running a pre-clone, you don't need to run auto config. So whenever you have to clone, right? What we do? First, we run the pre-clone on database. We pre-clone on the application, and after that, what you do? Only whatever is the run file system, we take the run file system. So I just need one. Cloning is very little. Again, it's almost a complex thing for you. It is not that easy. So I take a RMAN backups and bring up the on my clone environment. I bring up the database. Then I take this application. So first I have to prepare first node. Then again second node, add node. Then third node, add node. We need to follow the same process. It is not that the cloning means 3 nodes to 3 node will not happen. So the cloning also, like if you have a 2 nodes, like production is 2 nodes, okay, then they'll tell you to clone UAT. Like we have the same environment, right? We have the same environment. So in this case, what you have to do? Right. So first database to database. First database has to be brought. So maybe R1 backup. Mostly we use R1 backup. So you bring up the UAT database. Now here you take the EBS star file. You take the EBS star file and first you have to clone first node. So you have to first clone this, bring up this. Now it runs individually, one application, one database. Now you have to add the node. So you need to add the node. The whatever the process we followed, the same process even while cloning also we have to do. So that
I got it. But now in this scenario, just quickly high level, when all do we run autoconfig? After we, no, not before pre-clone. Okay, so we bought everything over here, database as well as one node application, and now we run the autoconfig on database and one first node.
Okay, whenever the autoconfig requirement comes up, for example, you change the app's password in the UAT environment, you change the app's password. So then you have to run database, you have to run autoconfig on the database, you have to run on application 1, on application 2, and application 1. So whenever you run autoconfig on application 1, you just remember 1, 2, 1. We always remember like this: 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. And now one more thing, like I'm seeing that FS clone is posing a lot of problems sometimes, especially before in the initial setup in the cloud. So we should run cleanup or we should run prepare to clean all that?
No, you have to fix it. Like, if FS clone is giving error, you have to see each of the log files and see what is the error.
Log file, let's say, it does not give much.
No, there is no other way. It is only our DBS responsibility. Otherwise, you have to open an SR, troubleshoot, and you have to fix it. So it is.
That's what we've done. We have opened an SR now.
Same even for today morning itself, I had a prod migration, and after cutover again some challenges came. So the only thing, luckily we escaped, because some issue comes up means tension happen, because it's a production, right? So we applied a patch and we did a cutover, and when we started the application, it was giving some error, some Java error, something like that. So then we went to all the log files. Somewhere it told connection 722 port something, it's not open. Then we found out that the firewall was on. Firewall, normally we disable the firewall on the compute instance. So it was on node 1, and it was off on node 2. So normally we keep it in cloud, right? What we do, we disable the firewall, and only we enable everything from the front end, from the ingress rule, egress rule. From there only we'll control. We'll not control. We'll just disable the firewall on the operating system. So we don't need everything. So then we disabled it. After that, rebooted. Dasara time, right? Everybody I work with one more guy. So that guy is somewhere in the native place, connected through mobile. And he was also praying, boss, we should not have faced this problem. And luckily, after disabling the firewall, two people, if you sit, if two people are sitting, right, so we can, we can troubleshoot much better. So I was seeing few log files. He was looking for few files. Then he only figured it out. So we are getting a connection error. So then I thought, maybe firewall is enabled. So we disabled the firewall. So like that, we face different issues. So and as I told you, as I always tell you, maintain a history of all the errors what you face, and maybe sometimes next time if it repeats, you will be lucky that you can troubleshoot it easily. Okay, so now I have shut down it. So then this is the shutdown process. So shut down all the applications, right? Because you stopped all, so it will stop everything, and then you just have to shut down these machines. Even the DNS, 4 servers are dependent. Application 1, application 2, iSupplier, iSupplier and DNS. So 4 servers we don't need it. So just because we don't want the resources to be used, so just stop all of them. Okay, even the DNS server also I don't need, because next is an upgrade what I'm going to start. I don't need that. So totally we don't need. Totally 4 machines we are using for this. So DNS also we don't need the DNS. right? So 4 servers I close. So if you have a 64 GB RAM, you literally can enjoy. Literally, you can enjoy whatever you want. Literally, whatever things you want, you can literally play around when you have 64 GB RAM. And luckily I have this Xeon server machine, and plus SSDs I have, so you will get a lot of time to practice. Okay, so having said that, our next thing is we have to kickstart today this upgrade. So once I already did last week and I have documented it, so we'll do again for this. So in this case, what I have did is we are taking 12.2.12 instance with 12.102, which most of you would have. The new people who have joined, one piece you guys are missing, that is to upgrade from 12.2 to 12.2.12. That I will let you know how to do that. You can have anything. You can have 12.2.3, 12.2.4, 12.2.5, 12.2.6, any instance with 12.102. So minimum requirement is 12.2x with 12.10 database if you have, right? So how to upgrade? And we want to upgrade only in Oracle Linux 8. So even though you have a 12.2.5 with 12.102 in 7, for example, you have in 7, you can directly clone on 8 and perform this activity. But ultimately, we want to switch. We want to switch to 8, right? So for that,
Sure. Yeah, EBS 12.2.0 to 12.2.12. So in shared application file system, how can we upgrade?
First, you always
Is there
upgrade
any
first node. Yeah, very good question. First, you always upgrade first node and then you add a node. If you already have the shared application file system, then no problem. Yeah, then no problem, because you have this master slave, right? You have the master slave. So you only have to apply on the first node. It automatically takes care of all the slaves. Yeah.
Okay.
That, yeah, very interesting, very good question. Very depth question what you asked. Yes, that is a very good question. So if you have a shared application file system where you have a master slave, then if any patches you're applying and you are 12.2.5 and you want to go to 12.2.12, then the same process, you apply only on the first node. ADOP will only run on first node. Only autoconfig has to run on all the 3 nodes, but ADOP only runs on the first node.
Sure. Yeah, what about if I don't have shared application file system for an external node? So how can we do?
So, when the patching concept, right? If you enable SSH equivalency, if you enable the SSH equivalency, then also you can apply only from the first node. Then also you can apply from the first node. It only depends upon when you run ADOP status. If you run ADOP status, what it is telling. Whether it is telling master slave. If it is not there, then you have to apply individually. You have to apply even in the iSupplier node. If it is running separately, then you have to apply on that node.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay, so what I did, I have prepared one machine. I have prepared one machine with the just base for our just EBS 19 upgrade. It is 12.2.12 with 12.1.0 database. Our thing is we just have to upgrade it to only database upgrade only. Application upgrade we are not doing. Okay, so 16 machine. Okay, just
Fisher. Hello.
Yeah.
Is it possible to share this dump file, this image file also? You have given a QA tarball,
yeah.
in the same.
I can do that, provided I have to remove the old one. Okay. Because that QA, if everybody is fine, I'll just remove that. Yeah. And I'll provide this. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because first so that way I can give this image also.
Yeah, please.
So I'm starting this. See, if you see, this is a 1210 database. This was actually done on 7, and I directly cloned it on, I cloned it on 8. Cloning, I haven't covered it, but I will cover. Well, I'll cover that. But I'm just telling you. So we'll just start our application and just show what is our current environment, so that you'll get an understanding what is our current environment. So it is 12 to 12 with 12c database. Yeah, so these are all the high level steps. But I have the screenshot, but yeah, maybe I'll put the screenshot. Yeah, so I have put, see, the release name is 12 to 12, and it's already AD level is level 14, which is the almost the latest one. And what we have to do is, we need to follow, we first, before that, we need to follow interoperability patch node. Where is that node? Yeah, this is the. So the first thing is, whatever application you have, first you need to go to this, you need to go to this interoperability, very important thing. So because you're going to 12c to 19c, right? You're going from 12c to 19c. So, so when you go to 12c to 19c, you have to follow the interoperability note and see whether it is working or not correctly. We have to refer to the patches. So I just go through this few things. There will be list of patches, because you are going to, this is the correct one. Oracle E-Business 12.2 with the database is 19c. You want to go to 19c. So here, what they'll tell you is, yeah, so they will tell you that, hey, please check for all of these patches. Few are not required, because they're telling this has to be in 12 to 12, 12 to 3, 12 to 4, 12 to 5, 12 to 8. These are all not required for us. And here they're telling minimum. Okay, so we need to be, we are already in Delta 14, so we don't need a couple of things. So what I did is, I already went through last week itself. I already went through all of this and checked. Okay, check that there most of them are applied. Only 2 patches are not applied. So only 2 patches are not applied in all of this, in all of the entire list. Right, and this is the latest one, because because I also, why am I doing also, because I'll also get suppose I get a customer like next week. So I am already prepared. So that's the reason I'll keep my notes up to date, so that tomorrow if I, oh yeah, here I kept using, this is the very interoperability UTL file directory, consolidated list of patches. All of these are required. For this 19.3 database, you have to download, and you can upgrade to 19.16. 19.16 you can upgrade. Then later on we'll upgrade to 19.20. See, latest CPU patches will apply the July patches and bring it to 19.20. But till for this you can install 19.3. You cannot install more than this. Minimum is 19.3. Then on top of it you apply a patch that brings you to 19.16, right? Yeah, so 19.16 with that will do. Okay, so let me show the application. Let me show the application, whether if I'm able to access it or not. Okay, only works on IE. This Java Web Start I applied in some other environment. That environment I don't have now. but I'll show because that is not part of this now. Maybe next week or sometimes I'll show that Java, but I already implemented that. Mostly by next week, Java Web Start, even SSL also I practice, because of what I do 1 week before itself, I practice everything so that I can teach you. So I'm ready with that SSL, TLS, the Web Start, and this upgrade. Next week, yeah, this week and next week we will only focus on this upgrade, Web Start, CPU patches, SSL. This one will focus next week. So I just want to show what is our thing, so that you guys will get a confidence that, oh, okay, where are we, and from there we'll take it. Okay. Yeah. So this is the machine, and okay. So this is the one 12102 with 12212. Okay. So what you do, you just take an image copy. Okay. I normally do little bit. It is my Snagit. So the Snagit, normally when we so this course was there in Udemy, but I don't know, for some reason they have removed it. 12C database with 12 to 12. Okay, so this is our source information. It is already on 8x. Okay, so now we will capture this and put it somewhere. Okay, right. So now after this, so the steps are like, first, interoperability patches. So we came to know that there are only 2 patches required. I already verified. This is the latest one what I verified. I have already put what is our release name and all the things what I have. We are in Delta 14. So we just have to apply 2 patches, right? So 2 patches, you can follow a couple of methods. A standard method is this method. Like you do fs clone, prepare, apply the 2 patches, finalize, cut over, and clean up. So this is the standard procedure, but I just don't want to go because this will take like 8 to 10 hours, right? So that's the reason why what I will do, I will just stop the application and run on the run file system itself. So normally in development, we normally follow this process only, but in production, we follow the complete cycle. So these patches are there in my host machine. See, collecting the patches, I know it will take a long time for you. So, there only we'll waste a lot of our time. So, I kept it somewhere. Required 19C. Right. So you kept it. So the most of the time you will save if you keep all of the patches at one place, right? So in this case, we need to apply 2 patches. So you have to verify. Okay. See, in my environment, all the other patches are applied, so that's why I am saved. But that may not be the case with you. What is this? I thought I have this. 287. I don't know why I missed it. Two 873. This is the place where we spend a lot of our time. I thought it is there. 287. Okay. So no problem. So we can just download the patch. I thought it's there. Very small patch. What's up? Okay, I think where I'll store it here. Okay, so this one again, you don't be like do things fast. Okay, always maintain patches at one place, and if suppose it is missed, okay, you'll save a lot of your time. If you missed it, okay, oh no problem. Again, I normally keep on my host machine so that it will be now. I can transfer directly to my the VM machine, but VM machine today I may have, tomorrow I may not have, right? So that's the reason. Even though it takes little bit, one minute extra. Oops. So I kept everything in. Okay, 19C required. Okay, so in this place I'm keeping. So just drag this and drop it. Okay, so now both the patches are there. So SCP this file. Uh, 192.168. I forgot the. Okay, so what I'll do, I will create a folder called patches. First patch you copy. Second patch also you copy it, right? That's it. So now you come here. So how do you extract both of them? You just say start.zip, then both of the patches will be extracted, right? So now you need to apply. So one method is you follow the process. I given the process, but you just don't want to waste a lot of the time on here. So that's the reason what I do. I directly apply on the run file system. So how do you do that? So you give patch number 1, comma patch number 2. Okay. So then what you do that? What is the parameter? Apply mode, right? Because we stop the services.
Yeah, apply mode equal to hard patch.
Yeah, apply mode is equal to downtime. So in development, normally we do this because for everything we do, but in production, we complete, we just follow the. So first, you need to check that interoperability and ensure that you've taken care of all the patches. Okay, ICM is not down. Okay, so it will apply that patches. It is directly applied on the run file system because we are given the process. Okay, but I met in the documentation I maintained the standard method. I just because people will follow standard methods, I don't want to give this other steps. Okay, the next steps are after the patch is successful, then we need to migrate auto config to the DB tag. This is the second step. What we'll do that. See, this one we are. I did couple of times, and even on a real rack environment, and we had one customer who was an 11203 rack. So we moved him to 19C. That was almost 3-4 years, right? So that was a really good experience. So literally, I would have done at least 20 times till now. So actually, this was a turning point for me. Like after I did like 2019, during the time when I did the 19 upgrade, that was about most of the customers were moving. So I was the person doing that was a rack, right? Rack is more complex than a single node. Then cloning was something new. So everything I learned. So after whatever that effort, 4-5 months effort. Like before that, I even took a even I took a class here. We learned from there, and then we had a customer, and after that, at least 4-5 customers I implemented in real-time customers. But a lot of people struggle. I'm telling you, a lot of people struggle for cloning and all. So how can you master it? The only way is at least 10 to 20 times. If you do, you will master it. Because every step you do, you have to see what's happening. What's happening? If you run this script, what's happening? If you run this script, what's happening? So that is the only way you gain the confidence.
Shorty, quick question. What is the high-level rule when database and/or application is should to be up or down? Like sometimes, the database has to be up because it's patching. And when is the application down? Well, if, for example, this patch you're applying, is the application up or down? You said something about run file system, right?
Yeah. So see, if you follow this process, right? If you follow this process, FS clone, prepare, apply, you don't need to bring down the application, right?
Application has to be up for AD.
Application has to be up because you are following the patching cycle. But if you are following this method, like for example, you are following this method, if you're following this apply mode, which is not recommended in production, but in the development and UAT, we follow this process. This is like apply mode is downtime means. In this case, application has to be done. Now, in this case, you can bring down your application. So what this will do is this will apply directly the patches on the run file system. This will not apply the patch on the patch file system. Whereas in this case, when you apply, right, when you apply these patches, actually it will apply to the patch file system. And when you do a cutover, run file system will become patch file system will run file system. But here, it will directly apply on the run file system itself.
But then you have to apply AD, you said AD auto config and take it to database?
No, that is the next step. So let me apply these patches.
One doubt. So if down the application, no need the prepare stage, directly we can.
But only in the development. Only in the development.
Okay.
Don't tell.
No need. No need prepare. Okay.
See, in the interviews, if they ask, you have to tell this process only. You should not tell this process. Okay. In the interviews, if you have, they will ask you the patching cycle. What is the patching cycle means? You have to tell this is the patching cycle, and we are following the same method. Right. Okay. Right. So after this, this is as per the documentation. This is as per the documentation. They are telling us to do few activities. So we are performing these activities. So here, what they are telling is, they are telling it when you run this command on the application. Okay, we'll close. So we'll close all the things. We'll keep one for database and one for application. This is the source. So let us keep it as source. My source machine where all the patches and everything. So let it be. So so we'll have another same machine. We have database also on the same machine. So what we'll do, we'll say duplicate, and this one will change it to DB database. So same mission, but we just sometimes we have to go there. It will tell you to go to the database, go to the application, so that we'll keep it. This is really a good tool. This is a really good tool, free tool for you, which you can use if you like it. Okay. So then what it is telling is, it is telling us to copy this file. So let us follow the documentation. It is telling us to go to the documentation and copy. So we'll go to the database tab. So there will be 12C environment file. Go to the Oracle home. Okay, you have to copy this file actually. We have to copy this file to the Oracle home and unzip the file. Okay, then after that, they told us to run the autoconfig. So in this case, when you're telling autoconfig, your database should be up because you're running the autoconfig. Your application can also be up, no problem. So this is the because you have to apply you have to follow this interoperability note. In the interoperability note, the steps because you are upgrading to from 12C to 19C. In that they have mentioned what are the steps to be done, and we are following one by one. Okay, so this is successful. So first part is we completed two things now. So we completed the applying the patches, and we completed the second part. They are also telling to run autoconfig on the application also. So so whatever marked in yellow in my documentation, I follow maximum. I try to follow in the real-time environment also. I follow this. Whatever marked in yellow, I can copy and paste it. So that's my that's my norm. Like what I follow this method. So it becomes very easy for me. Maximum I'll try. It becomes very easy. But copying and the pasting is the best thing. Never go for typing because there are chances that you make a mistake. And maximum, if the documentation requires some changes, do maintain one document and try to do the same changes so that when it comes to real time in the production environment, you don't need to feel tension because everything is readily available. You already practiced in test UAT and everything. So when it comes to production, there should not be there should not be confusion along yourself. You should be very peaceful because production means already there is a pressure on you. So we don't want to take an extra pressure. Okay. So actually this step, right? Okay. So we need to create 2 files. Okay. How we'll get it? So this is required when you do a 19C upgrade. So when you run this, because we applied this patch, the 2 patches, we got this, we got this file. So when you see now, when you run this, it will create that files. Okay, so it's on the database, so no problem. And run this file. It will ask you for the app. It will ask you for the app's password. Okay. I think this is prod. Yeah. So it is completed. But what I told you, right? If you want to get an expertise, so after every step, you need to check. Okay. Oh, okay. I completed this step. So actually, what the steps will do is later on it will be used in 19C. So you go here, it creates 2 files for you, right? Two files. One will have a data top, like what are the data tops. So here, this is only data top. So it will use Oracle will use for, and this is like an XML file. So it will have all the patches. It will have all the patches of the 12.102 version, and this will be used at one place. Everything, whatever they are doing, right? They are doing for some purpose. They are doing for some purpose. Okay, not like chuma.
Yes.
So
What document is going to give to us?
come again.
We cannot ask from Simon. But this one, all the work which we are going to do over here is this one: upgrade, patches, cloning.
Yeah. Okay. So this step is completed. So yeah, you can maintain. Okay, see, okay, these are the 3 files getting created. Oh, one is the init param. Okay, one more file is init param. So init param also will be created. So this is like it will take the current init parameters, and later on we'll be using. It will actually take whatever the init parameters of your current thing. And it will, when you have your 19C instance, you will be using this. So 3 files are created. I mentioned 3 files. Init param, data top, and also PDMXL. Even this.
Okay, so in this file init parameter, it says scope is equal to SP file. So that means it's not a rack, but if it's a rack,
yeah,
then it should be that star.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Right. That is correct. Right. All right. So this is completed. So this is completed, and see, make your documentation the best. Then your life will become very easy for you. Make your documentation the best. Okay. So this is only last week only prepared, because the earlier one was like 1 year before. See, October 16th, right? Last week. Because if I am taking training this week, 1 week before I prepare it, so that I am also fresh. And also this document needed some changes because it was done 1.5 years before. So 1.5 years before, a lot of things have happened. That at that time 19.12 was the latest, but now I'm upgraded to 19.16, and from 19.16 we'll be going to 19.20. So we want to keep it the documentation as much as latest as possible. Okay. So after this, right, what we need to do? We need to install the 19C Oracle Home 19C.
I have a quick question. Recently, I upgraded. Not upgraded. We use ECC Enterprise Command Center heavily at our client side. So that requires the upgrade. We upgrade to AD stack Delta 14.
Yeah.
So when I ran the HCCC patches applied, database upgraded from 19.9 to 19.20. So just want to update on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe you applied the latest ETC patches, so that should have taken care of.
Yeah. Last week only it happened. So
very nice. Good. Okay. So,
Kishore, who is this person who applied ECC
Amarendra, I guess.
infraction?
Amarendra, right?
Yeah, Amarendra.
Amarendra.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Sorry
So,
to interrupt. Kishore, can you just highlight the high-level step for RAC also here? We can get little idea about the single database and RAC.
yeah, sure. Yeah. So let me finish this. So when I do the rack installation, I'll cover that part. Okay. We have one topic where I'll be doing the rack install. During the time I'll explain. Okay. Right. Okay. So now what you have to do, we have to install 19C database. 19C database only comes with 19.3. Okay. 19.3. Okay. So what you do, you have to create a directory. You have to create a directory. And what you have to do is you have to copy this, you have to copy this 19.3. You have to unzip it and you have to run the run installer. Okay, those screenshots I provided. So what you have to do, you have to make a directory. You have to copy the 19.3 folder to the directory and unzip it and then run the run installer. Okay, only that because you are in, because you are in 8x, very important point. We are in 8x. So the run installer will not work because that is a 2 years old, right? 2 or 3 years old. 19.3 is, I think, 2018 or 2000. Yeah, during that time it released. Okay, maybe it is not compatible. So you may get error if I don't do that. Okay, you may get an error if I don't do that, right? So in order to avoid it, so you have to say export CV assume dist ID is equal to OEL 7.8, 7.9, whatever, you have to mention this, otherwise it will not run. You get an error. Yeah, so even this happened even for me for OEM, OAM, OAD, everywhere. So if you are installing any Fusion middleware, you have to do this. No, you have to do this. And after this, it is just run installer. First, you install the software. First you install the software, you upgrade from 19.3 to 19.15, then you run the DBCA and you perform it. So let me go through the steps. So first you install only the software. I'll just go through the steps. First you install only the software. Yeah, just give the location. Yeah, just change it. So this will just take 5 to 10 minutes, not more than that. And it will install the 19.3. Your base is created, right? So after this is created, one is run, you can run DBCA and create the CDB database. Okay, so for that, what you do, you take a 12C environment and make it as 19C, and wherever 12.102 is there, make it 19.0, because so you have a 12C environment file. By default, it is there. You make a copy as 19C and open that, and wherever 12.102, make it 19.0. So that will be your new environment file, 19. Environment file. So now you have to upgrade from 19.3 to 19.16. So for that, you just need 2 files. You just need 2 files. Okay. So the first one is the latest O patch. And the next one is this one particular patch, right? This particular patch, what it does, it upgrades from 19.3 to 19.16. So how do you do? So first you go to Oracle Home, you move the current O patch to something like an old O patch. Just a minute. Okay, so and you copy this particular patch to the Oracle Home and you unzip the patch, right? You unzip the patch. So then you'll get the latest O patch version. So now after that, you extract the patch and you check whether any conflicts is there. If not, you apply the patch. It takes like 10-15 minutes because it's a very big patch. So after that, if you want to check, you can see if you run this command, it will tell you that you are in 19.16, right? So this is first you install 19.3, and from 19.3 you come to 19.16, and after that you create the NLS environment, and then you have to copy this appsutl to the 19C home. Then also there are few JRE steps what you need to do. Then you create the container database. So as of now, Oracle is supporting one PDB. So this is people. I think people who are people by now. You need to know all these concepts because this is a database concepts. Even 2018, when I told this is new, the client was not ready to accept. I told, but this is all new. I was like couple of times I was just caught. And I told these are all new technology. In 2018 itself, they told, boss, that is not my issue. That is your issue. And this container is there from years. You guys have not upgraded. The clients are very strict. They don't compromise on all this. And it became a big thing. So if you guys are not aware, by now you should know, because entire cloud is all container. So this is this is my CDB, and you will have PDBs. Only one PDB supported now in 19C. Only one PDB is supported, right? So first you need to create a container database. How do you create? You run DBCA. So you run DBCA, and you follow these steps. You give the name as prod CDB, and you give the prod. Yeah, actually I need to do this. Okay, so let us do this step. So these steps I have to do because let me start this process. Actually what I did is I already installed the install the software, but only I have to run the DBCA part. So that I'll show, but while I'm running I'll show you. So what are the things, because there are few things what we miss. Okay, but before that let me delete the current database. Okay, I just want to go through the screenshot so that you will know. So we need to create a database, but I just want to go through the screenshot so that you will know. So what I do, I'll just delete this. I think it will have an entry in EPS tab, not EPS tab, Aura tab. Yeah, you don't want this. So let it again create. Okay, so now what I'll do, so I actually created it, but I just want to create once more, and I wanted to go through the screen. There is okay. So let me run that. Now there is some VNC issue. Don't ask me what it is. But if I run DBCA on this machine, actually it opens on the another VNC. I have to troubleshoot it, but yes, I have some issues on running here directly. Okay. So see, I got it. So now what I'll do, I'll create the thing. So I just want
to use the Mobo Extra. Mobo Extra is good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'll do that. So advanced configuration, general service. Yeah. So here you have to decide what is your CDB name. So normally we'll keep it if your database name is prod, keep it prod CDB. If it is dev, keep it dev CDB. And you have to create an empty container. You have to create we don't want any PDBs. We don't want any PDBs to come. So that's why you create an empty container database. Okay, so only PDB will be, only CDB will be created. PDB will be your 12C database. PDB will be your 12C database. So that will come here. Okay. So here, let me take a little 4 GB. GB wise you take. So take it 4 GB and take this as 1 GB. Very important point. Why I wanted to show you is this one, character set. Lot of people do the mistake here only. So here, what you have to do, you have to open your 12C environment. Lot of people, they do mistakes and later on struggle. So open your 12C environment and check what is your current character set, because you need to give the same character set. So you come to 12.102. Okay, I have provided the steps because these are the mistakes lot of students what even in the enterprise also we make it, because we need to maintain the same character set, right? So you need to find out what is your current character set on the 12C, right? So you will find it. This is US7 ASCII, and my NLS character set is this one. NLS character set is this one. So you give the same one. So this is already set. This is already set, but by default you will not get US7 ASCII here. You will not get it. See, it is not there. But you uncheck this, and now you can find that US7 ASCII. So you have to find out your character set. Okay, see now if you don't do this, that's it. Your entire upgrade will go at one place till it will fire. So okay, so this is the thing. So give the password. Oracle for you. Okay. Create database. But before creating a database, we also have to configure the redo log file. So by default, it is some size, but you need to find out what is your current size. What is your current size? Okay. What is your current redo log file size? Same thing you need to give. You can give more, but you cannot give less. So this is some size. So let me open 24. Just let me get into. So just get the size of this. So 1000. So you have to give 1000. At least you have to give 1000. So I think it is 1000. You can give more than that, but not less than this. So you have to give for all the 3000 kilobyte. But just let me counter check if I'm doing the correct thing. Yeah, 1000 or more than 1000 MB. That's what. See, that's not the mistake. Megabytes if you give, because I converted it. So now after that, for everything you have to save. So you go to first redo log file, change it to 1000 megabytes. Apply. If you don't apply also, it will give a problem. Okay, so make it MB bytes and you apply it. Right, again let me counter check, because we don't want to go do a mistake. 2, 3 all are applied. So now you say okay, and now you next, and you finish. So this will create the database. So we have to wait for this database to get completed. In the meantime, we can go through all the steps.
Your in single instance upgrade 12C to 19C, usually pre-upgrade tool we usually run that one.
Yeah. So let me go through the steps. Okay, by the time it is running, it will take 15 minutes, because we have to, after this, what to be done. Okay, so this is totally 121 pages document. So this will create the prod. Now you'll have two databases. One is the prod CDB, and one will be your 12C database. So lot of confusion will happen is same thing. What is that database? What is this database? So that is 19C. So because there are two databases now, one is 19C and one is 12C. So after that, this 12C will become like a baby, and it will get attached to the container database. So then you'll have only one database with one pluggable database. So that confusion it will kill you by the time you understand this container database. So at least to understand that 5 to 10 times you have to do. If you do 1 to 2 times, first time I didn't understand anything. Then after doing multiple teaching you guys, I learned. Then when you apply in real time, you'll get more clarity, and then you come to an expert level. Okay, so yeah, you will have 2 databases now here. So now see, yeah, this will be a container database without any pluggable database. Okay, this is just a C database, but you will have something like this. Okay. So after that, you can run the data patch. If you want, you can run the, you have to, because you have upgraded 19.16, you can run the data patch and keep it ready. Right. So then there are few steps. So these steps are not mine. These steps are mentioned in the documentation. So then you need to create the TNS names. So this step will create the TNS names. Okay, these steps will create the TNS names. Yeah, to create the TNS names. Now you shut down the CDB. Then you upgrade. So you have to upgrade from 12C to 19C, right? You have to upgrade from 12C to 19C. But before that, we need to run this particular command to take because now in 19C, the UTL file is desupported. UTL file directory init parameter is desupported. It went to database now. So for that, we need to run a particular command. This will collect what are your current UTL file. What are your current UTL files? So this is my current UTL file. I just need the locations because later on I will move it to database. So then at this point, you have to stop your application. At this point, you have to stop your application. So then you run the MDSys, you stop the database listener, then you run the pre-upgrade steps. So you run the pre-upgrade steps. So the pre-upgrade steps will tell, so at this point of time, 12C database is up, 12C listener is down, 12 to 12 application is down, prod CDB is down. So only 12C database is down. We have to upgrade from 12C to 19C. Then that 19C you will add. Then the 19C you take and you merge. You merge with this container database. So it's like that. So this is a pre-upgrade tool. It will tell us, it will tell us, you have to upgrade the processors. What are the deprecated parameters, right? The deprecated parameters. So I had to do the same thing in RAC. That's why I became a little bit more expert in RAC. Again, it is like prod CDB1, prod CDB2, right? So the confusion will become more. That's the reason why you have to become expert on single node. So suppose your customer is on RAC, it will become a more confusion. Man, you have a SID, prod CDB1, prod CDB2, then you have pluggable database. Pluggable database is always one, but only that you will have prod CDB1, prod CDB2 because SID, right? So that is why you practice this and then you go for RAC. So then it will become. If you work on RAC, then if you suppose your environment is XRCS or Exadata, it will be very easy for you to understand. But for that, you need to understand all of this. So then you have to open the init file and make the you have to make the init. You have to take the init file and make the changes. And very important is overlap size should be 0. Right. So then you start the upgrade. Then you start the upgrade database. So in the Aura tab, you should have 2 entries, one for 19C and one for 12C. Then you start the upgrade. So you upgrade from 12C to 19C. So we will start, at least we have to come to this point. Okay. We need to come to this point. And next week after the upgrade, we can finish. After the upgrade, there are a couple of steps to be done. That one we will do next week only, but at least we have to kickstart. But today thing is, at least we have to kickstart this point so that you understand. Okay, we did from 12C to 19C because this will be done in 2 classes. In one class we'll upgrade 12C to 19C. In the next class we'll perform the other steps. But first time I'm almost completing most of the things in like 1.5 hours because I have all the softwares ready. My environment ready, but for a new person, it will take 2 to 3 weeks. I bet on you, because by the time you understand the document, by the time you you get all your softwares ready itself, you will spend a lot of your time. But yeah, if you have to become expert, you have to practice this. Okay, so where are we? Okay, data. Okay, so still, yeah, we are installing. So we have to wait for this. So let us see what is the status. Okay, it is running on 46%. Okay, so it may take 15-20 minutes. So in the meantime, I think one step we can do, because that is a init parameter change, it will take a very long time. Remaining steps we will wait for that, but one step we can do parallelly is that init parameter change. That those changes I know it will be same. So this one, it will take a long time. So why not I do now itself? So this, yeah. Okay, make changes to init prod file. Okay, so what I'll do, so I'll copy this file to 19C environment. So now I'm in the 19C environment. Okay, so now whatever is the, like it is telling, okay, so this is like a manual work, right? So there are chances that you do a lot of mistakes, but carefully you do. So this has to be minimum, it has to record, because the document told this is like 300. So the sessions will be double of it. If this is 300, this will be 600, right? Then this is deprecated. So very carefully, this is deprecated, this is deprecated. UTL file is deprecated. Okay, even this one is deprecated. Oh, in there only I need to change, not here. Okay. Because I'm upgrading. Okay, that same file has to be upgraded. Okay, no problem. I'll recopy that. Then OLAP size, by default, it will have some number. This one I lost a lot of times. If this has to be 0 for the 19C. So if it is having a value and you start the upgrade, in between upgrade, it will fail. And guess what? If you don't do this, you have to start again from the scratch. Okay, so the remaining all of these are like underscore parameters. Okay, these are all like, I think 5, 6 are there underscore. Very patiently, you cannot lose your, all these underscores. So now I know. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. I think optimizer auto start also. Oh yeah, all the underscores. I think that's all. Yeah, P3. Let me see. I think I am not sure whether I did this one. Oh yeah, this one. Right. So this is like a little manual work, but no choice. Yeah, actually we don't need to copy, because what you're doing is we are upgrading 12C to 19C. So what I do, I will just move this to the same location. So before changing, better to have a copy. Now you go to copy that 19C. Actually, we'll move it because actually it will not be there in that location. Okay, I'm doing the correct one. Correct. Just okay. How you move it? Oh, I'm in 19C. Oh boy, I think I made a mess. Oh, okay. Okay, so in this it is changed. Okay, so I have to copy this to 92 prod to DBS. Okay, DBS, and I want it to be like init prod .org. Yeah, that's it. So now if you go to Oracle Home and we run that environment. Go to Oracle Home and DBCS. Now you see that I think all this just our changes have come or not. We'll see. Yeah, so this is all commented. Okay, this is correct. So we have already done the changes. Okay, now let us see how far we reached. Oh man, this will take a killing time. Okay. So actually, the plan was I wanted to start and keep it ready, but then I just wanted to go through the screenshots. Okay, I think what we'll do, we will stop at this point because it's already 8:30. So let this get completed and we will proceed with the next thing next week only. Okay, I just don't want to drag it because we have covered this. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much what I have, and we'll work from next week onwards. Okay, na? Thank you,
And
guys.
sir, please keep update. Sir, please keep update this iSupplier issue.
Yeah, that one I'll work. I'll work and let you know. Okay, na? Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.